and welcome back to Drewster Gamer FC. This is episode 2 of the Level 22 Premier League save with Royal Oak. So in today's episode we're going to be recapping what happened in episode 1, and then we'll be talking about any potential signings and any staff that are coming through the doors. So first of all, we're going to recap what happened in episode 1. So let me take you back to the schedule. So we were simming past and holidaying past the friendlies because I felt that the first season the friendlies aren't that important as the other seasons. Friendlies will be important because we hadn't had anybody come through the doors yet, so we don't actually have a proper squad. We only got greyed out players. So I felt with the greyed out players, I felt that I didn't really need to play the friendlies, so I just holidayed a day after the friendlies so that we could return after the friendlies. So how the friendlies looked after simming through is that we won 2 friendlies. So we won the first friendly and the last friendly, and then we lost the second friendly and the third friendly to 2 semi-professional opponents. So we lost 1-0 at home, and then we lost 3-0 at home, and then 4-1 at home, and then we did end pre-season winning 2-0. So the staff that we did bring in, as we can see here, with our assistant manager, we brought in John Pollard. So we'll take a quick look at John Pollard again. So this is John Pollard, who has previously has a playing career, which I talked about in the last episode, and has also been a manager and assistant manager at his previous club. So it was good for someone of his calibre in the semi-professional game to drop to amateur football and join Royal Oak. And then also we got a head of youth development, AD Senior. So here's AD Senior. And then we got Austin as a fitness coach. As you can see, previously been a player and previously been a fitness coach. And then we got James Robinson, who has previously been a coach at Billericay. And then we got a head performance analyst. So I'm not going to go through too much detail with each recruitment and staff, as I'm just recapping. Then we got Hugh Quirky, Nick Paquette, and then Alan Marshall. So Nick Paquette is our chief scout, Alan Marshall is our scout, and Hugh Quirky is our director of football. So make sure to go back and watch episode 1. That would really appreciate and help out this channel if you go back and watch episode 1 so you're caught up. So that's a little bit of our recap. So in today's episode we are hoping to get our medical staff and a few players signed. So what we're going to do is we're going to be simming through until we get our first bit of news, and hopefully we can get that news very, very soon. Which we got some news about important dates in August, which you can tell we got nothing in August. So August is basically just going to be the month of finishing, getting the backroom staff sorted, and then hopefully that will kickstart Quirky to sign players. So going back to the schedule, as you can see here, we'll be starting our season against Great Yarmouth Town under 18s. So Great Yarmouth's first team, I think, is also potentially, I think, are semi-professional. So they're a semi-professional team, but the under-18s are in the Amateur Football League. And then we'll be playing AFC Olenton reserves, and then we're playing AFC United, and then we'll be playing Hawthorn United reserves. So we got 2 games at home and 2 away games. So we start our away game Wellesseal Recreation Ground, which I think is also, who's it home to? It should say what teams play here. So you got several teams that play here. Even the first team play here as well. So we've got several teams that play here, which is nice. So let's continue as we sim through and get to our first game of the season. So we just got an under-21s manager, Aaron Escreet, who will be joining the under-21s. So we're just going to do our staff responsibilities, and we're going to go over to matches, and now we can hand over all the under-21s stuff to the under-21s manager, and we do not have an under-18s manager yet, so we're just waiting on that. So yeah, so as we're simming through, we'll talk a bit more about our tactic. So our tactic is a positive 4-4-2 custom route 1. So I went with a custom route 1 because I felt like that we won't be good enough to really do that controlled possession, and I felt like more at the lower leagues of football you're just kind of getting it up there and trying to look for goals more than tactically trying to get past teams, because we're at a level where not everyone's going to be that great, so we feel like getting it straight up there and then finding our strikers hopefully will help us with getting a lot of goals and hopefully winning games, even if that means we win games 5-3 or win games 4-2 and we're conceding. As long as we're getting a lot of goals, then I could really see us having a great season in the Lowestoft and Districts League Division 3. So we just got ourselves a under-18s manager, Aidan Simmons. So we're going to go back to responsibilities, and then we're going to go back to matches, and now we can make the under-18s manager do all the under-18s match days. So it's going to be a challenge getting us all the way from level 20 to the Premier League, but it's something I'm willing to embrace, as I really, really love non-league football, and I would love to see this team become semi-professional. So we were trying to get Kyo Keith, but unfortunately he's decided to join Loughborough Students. So Loughborough Students play in the United Counties League Premier North, and they are a semi-professional club. So, not surprised that he decided to join them, as he'll be earning £60 per week as a wage. So when that's being offered to you, then you're going to take it, aren't you? Unless you really love the game, and then you would potentially go into amateur football. And also the same with Raymond Callender. He decided to join Enfield FC. Who are playing in the Isthmian League Division 1 North. And if we look at his wages, he's earning £110 a week, which we won't be able to offer him for a long time to come as of yet. So unfortunately he's gone and joined a semi-professional team. So that's 2 targets that we were trying to get Director of Football to sign, which have failed and have gone to other clubs, which is going to be a challenge at amateur football, trying to get these players to come to our club for next to nothing, basically. Basically, at amateur football, you're just going to be on a month-to-month contract. And the only way you can start really paying people is when you become semi-professional and part-time. That's when you start to really give players contracts and really make sure that they can stay at your club for a little bit longer. So another player that we were trying to get, Max Hunt, has rejected Royal Oak and joined Smithwick Rangers, who play in the Midlands Football League Division 1. If I'm not mistaken, also semi-professional, and he will be earning £35 a week. So we missed out on the 28-year-old goalkeeper there, which is a bit unfortunate, but we will keep our heads held high and hopefully we will sign a player very, very soon. But our main priority at the moment will be getting that medical team in, because we don't want to start signing players and pretty much not having anybody to really treat them if they need medical treatment. So, our Director of Football is making an offer for a 16-year-old goalkeeper called Darren Rowley. So this is Darren Rowley, who's currently available as a free agent. He's a 6'2" goalkeeper, which is a good height for a goalkeeper. And he's born in 2007 on the 3rd of February. And he is wanted by Rust Hall, AFC Bridgnorth, Shrewsbury Up and Comers, and he's also interested by the I2I International Soccer Academy, who play in Wearside League 2nd Division. So yes, I need to just double check. These team semi-professional. They're amateur, so he's got other amateur clubs going in for him. And we also got to battle it out with some semi-professional clubs as well, who can be offering him wages, even if that's wages on a youth contract. They will be able to offer more than what we're probably going to be able to offer, because we can only offer nothing. But credit to the player if he does join us. So we got another player that's been scouted, James Matthews, who's a 21-year-old centre-back. And let's have a look at his history. He's previously been at Arsenal's academy and Watford's academy, one of the teams that I support. So he's been through my team's youth academy and also been at Welling. Then I think Welling must have released him because he was in the Vanarama National League South. So he is a free agent. So we will get Director of Football to try and sign him. But first of all, we will look at his stats. He's got 12 for headering, 11 for tackling. He's got 12 to 16 on decision. And he's got 11 on jumping reach, which is good. Anything above 10 is really, really good stats. But he's got 8 for marking. So for this level, an 8 on marking is really good as well. First touch 5 to 8 is not bad for this level. Dribbling 5 to 9 is not bad. Crosses, we're not really expecting him to do crosses because I'll predominantly play him as a centre back. Technique 4 to 8 is not bad. We're not expecting great technique at this level. Positioning 7 to 10. So it could be anywhere between 7 and 10, or even a 7 or even a 10. So positioning stat not too bad for this level either. Teamwork 6 to 9 is not bad either. Aggression 9 to 13 is not bad because that could be over 10, which I would like it to be, but not bad for this level. Anticipation is roughly the same. Bravery could be anywhere between 7 and 14. That will be good for this level. And a balance 9 to 12 is good. Natural fitness 6 to 10, not too bad. Pace 10 to 13, not bad. His stamina and his strength stats are not bad either. So his stats aren't bad. But he is 21 years old, so he can work on a lot of his stats. But for this level, he looks like a decent player who could be a 4.5 star player. So we will get Director of Football to try and sign him. But I just know that there will be competition. There's going to be competition from Poole Town and Shiverham, Corinthians, Ashton and Backwell United and Clapton Community. So these clubs I think are all semi-professional, apart from Shiverham, who are amateur but a lot higher up in the amateur leagues, amateur levels. Poole Town, who are also in the same league in FM24 as another club that I support, but called Salisbury, but they play in the National League South in real life. But as FM25 was cancelled, we are on FM24, so they are in the pitching Southern League Premier. So he's got interest from Poole Town, who are semi-professional. Same with Corinthians, who are amateur. So he's got 2 amateur clubs in for him. And then Ashton and Backwell United, who are also an amateur club. And then Clapton Community are also semi-professional. So he's got 2 semi-professionals and 4 professional clubs interested in him. So will the 2 semi-professional clubs do enough to get him over the line? Or will he be persuaded by amateur football? That'll be something we will have to wait and find out. So we also got another player here that has been scouted, who is Albanian, but he's been at QPR and released by QPR, who is a free agent. And he's got good dribbling stats, good passing range of stats here, same with technique, same with first touches and finishing. I get why his finishing is a 9 and above and first touch being 10 and above, due to him being at an academy from a championship club. So some of his stats are going to be higher than most players that will play at this level, due to him having that academy experience. And he's got good pace, so he is someone else that I would also like to try and have Director of Football to sign. So I will suggest players to Director of Football, but predominantly if he's not able to sign them, then we won't step in. We only step in to give him suggestions. That's all we are doing. And we got a 41-year-old attacking fullback who I know very well from another save that I've done in the past. Daniel Braithwaite, who can be really good. So he's got really good determination, really good bravery, really good teamwork, really good work rate, and he's got good strength, natural fitness and jumping reach, and he's got good long throw. So that's something that could be really useful and we could utilise, especially if we want to get it straight up field from further back on the pitch. So if we're in our own half, his long throws could be very, very useful to get us further afield and attacking. So he is someone I definitely want Director of Football to try and sign. It doesn't look like he's wanted by any other clubs, so we might actually be able to get our first player. So we got a good response on our video advert, and it looks like Jamie Crabb wants the job. He has spoken to the Daily Star and has expressed a desire to join Royal Oak's backroom staff. So we are going to be signing Jamie Crabb. So let's approach to sign Jamie Crabb, and hopefully he accepts to join. So our Director of Football has started making an offer on Jamie Matthews, and now we got our weekly staff meeting, which I'm going to add coaching assignments to both our under-21s and under-18s manager, but we're not going to be sending anybody on a coaching course because I just know that at this level it will be rejected by our board and by the chairman or chairperson, because it could be a woman, so we're going to go chairperson. I think that's what it's been changed to. Instead of calling them chairman, I think you have to call them chairperson these days. I don't know if that's the case like in real life, or if that's the case just in terms of Football Manager. So we made an offer for the Albanian, who has been previously at QPR's academy, and he is also wanted by 1,978 clubs. Whoa. So we're just waiting for the game to catch up on itself. Whoa, he's got a lot of clubs interested, but only 2 have made offers. So he's got active interest from 1,938 clubs. Whoa. And unfortunately, we didn't get Darren Rowley as he decided to join Rust Hall, who are offering £5 per week, and they are a semi-professional club So, of course, when money gets into conversation, it can be very, very tempting. So we might have to start our season with greyed out players. Well, majority of greyed out players at the moment. So an offer has been made to Daniel Braithwaite. And it looks like we're making an offer for a 19-year-old from Great Yarmouth Town. Who's he previously been at? He's been at Southend and on loan to Bowers and Pitsea, and is currently at Great Yarmouth. And Great Yarmouth haven't kicked off their season yet. And he's wanted by several clubs like East Preston, Erith Town, Chipping, Sodbury, MK Irish, and Boca Juniors. But an English Boca Juniors, not the Argentinian Boca Juniors. That would be mental if the Argentinian Boca Juniors went in for this guy who's playing for Great Yarmouth Town in England. So we have got ourselves our physio, Jamie Crabb. So we got ourselves a physio through the doors. So our backroom staff is almost complete. So we're going to get rid of that so we don't see any more scouting reports on players that we were trying to sign which ended up going to other clubs. So we start our season on the 2nd of September. I'm looking really forward to getting underway with Royal Oak and to seeing how our tactics play out. I'm hoping that we could start off with a win as we are up against an under-18s, but we might potentially have some players from the first team of Great Yarmouth playing for Great Yarmouth under-18s. And we officially got our first signing over the line, and it is Daniel Braithwaite, the 41-year-old, who is 4-star. As a 41-year-old, he's not going to improve because he's literally way past probably what you consider his prime. And I'm surprised he hasn't decided to retire. So we can go back to his stats. He's got 16 aggression, 18 bravery, 19 determination, 10 for positioning, but for his age, that's really good, I think. 10 positioning, 16 teamwork, 15 work rates. He's got 10 for tackling, 9 for marking, 14 for long throws, and he's got 12 jumping reach, 13 natural fitness, 11 stamina, 12 strength, but his acceleration isn't the quickest. Due to his age, he isn't going to be the quickest, so we'll probably play him as a centre-back due to him not being that quick, and I kind of want my fullbacks to be overlapping. So he will be playing as a centre-back. So we got our first signing over the line, Daniel Braithwaite. So we'll welcome Daniel Braithwaite to the club, and hopefully he can be a good acquisition for Royal Oak, and hopefully can help keep goals from going into the back of the Royal Oak net. So we got another inbox So we're just going to do a press conference to unveil him. You sit alongside your new signing, Daniel Braithwaite. Are you pleased that you've got your man? It's a good day for the club, and I'm delighted to add real quality to the squad. All successful teams are built on a strong defence foundation. Do you see Braithwaite as a defender who can bring that to the club? He's a rock of a player, and I know why we signed him. And I think this team will eventually gravitate towards him. With Braithwaite being able to give Royal Oak a decisive edge in big matches, I certainly hope so he can make a big contribution. How do you think Royal Oak squad will react to Braithwaite's arrival? I don't have any impact, to be honest. Acquiring a top player can only have a positive impact on the squad. Have you signed Daniel Braithwaite to address something of a problem at left wing back? I'm not going to get into why we signed it. Do you agree that the signing is something of a coup for Royal Oak, given the relative stature of the player and of the club? Perhaps people may be surprised, but I think it's evidence of fantastic progress we're making as a club. Will Braithwaite be able to settle in quickly, and does he have friends already within the group at Royal Oak? It's the same thing anyone starting a new job goes through. There's no story for you here. Would you say that Daniel Braithwaite helps the club work towards long-term vision? I think Daniel can take us forward and help us become the club we want to be, for sure. Are Royal Oak social groups easy enough for someone like Daniel Braithwaite to settle into? Got a good bunch of lads, and I'm sure he will welcome him with open arms. Does the role Daniel Braithwaite favours most fit into your current tactical approach? Good footballers always adapt, but I'm confident he'll be a great fit for our plans. So we just welcomed Daniel Braithwaite, and he was very happy with my responses from the press conference. So we'll probably sim through, and then we'll probably get first 2 games done, and we'll see after the first 2 games in the video if we fit in the last 2 of the month. But let's sim through, and hopefully we can get head physio, because we only got a physio at the moment. So hopefully we can get a head physio, and then that will be everybody in through the doors for the first team. And then I think we delegated a role to somebody to sign the staff for the under 18s and under 21s. So we got 19 days until our next game. So it's been a long break between the friendlies and the opening game of the season, but we'll be relishing this challenge. So hopefully we can start well and hopefully get some points on the board. Because you don't want to get too far into the season still looking for points. You want to try and get points early doors, and it will help settle any nerves that the players might be having going into this season. So we got a good response for head physio, and it looks like Tay Saxby looks like he wants the job. So Tay Saxby will be offered the role of head physio. Definitely going to make Daniel Braithwaite captain. We won't make him penalty taker because I don't want my centre backs taking the penalty. And James Matthew has decided to join Royal Oak, the previous Watford and Arsenal academy player, and also played a couple of games for Welling. Might have played more because sometimes Football Manager doesn't always get this right when it comes to certain databases or whatever. Don't always tend to get that right. So, good news on James Matthew joining the club, and he's a 5-star player. So that is really good. He's a good level 12 player. So he could have played at the highest level of the amateur football. So he could be right centre back. So that's good news. So the game's just saving real quick. We're automatically saving. So we got Anton Hopper, who has been scouted and is wanted by 1,852 clubs, but we're not going to get into the clubs that he's wanted by. So here's some of his stats. His finishing stats are between 7 to 11. He's quite quick player, which will be good for us. Good to see that he has pace. And hopefully, if we can try and get Director of Football to sign him, hopefully he can come through the doors, and then we'll talk a bit more about his stats if he gets signed. So this episode will probably be a little bit longer than the previous episode. Due to us having to sim a whole month. Without really any action. And us having to sort out staff and talk about signings. And plus we've got quite a bit of games being played in the background as well from other leagues around Europe. So offer been made to Anton Hopper. So we're going to be unveiling James Matthews. So Sky Sports wants to talk to us. Are you concerned that James Matthews is of a different age gap profile of much of the established squad here? Will there be a generation gap? I'll be honest, I don't know. I don't expect that to be don't really know what to say. Does James Matthews have the capacity to perform in different roles? My job is to help players develop into well-rounded threat. How does he does what he does very well, but he'll have a lot more to offer. James Matthews was released from Welling United, having failed to make the breakthrough there. Do you see Do you see something in him that perhaps others have missed? Jamie's a good player. We will do everything well. He will do very well for this club and can still have an excellent career as a footballer. How does the signing of Matthew impact the club's short-term and long-term objective? We add quality players like him to the squad and it gives us the best chance of being successful in everything we do. What is the relationship between you and Matthew, and why did he want to work under you? I have great respect for James and look forward to working with him. So thank you, Sky Sports. So we've got about 17 days until our next game. So let's talk a little bit more about Royal Oak. So they're a club that are based in Suffolk. And if I have a quick look at some of my facts on my phone, real quickly. So, we will hope to make them one of the best teams in Suffolk, even better than the likes of Ipswich and Norwich. Hopefully, they could be something of a rivalry, but the team who is in Suffolk is Ipswich, who are the best team in Suffolk. So hopefully we can take Royal Oak to become one of the best teams in Suffolk. Unfortunately, the 19-year-old that we were trying to sign has decided to join Chipping Sodbury. So unfortunately we weren't able to sign him. But we made an offer for an attacking midfielder, Tarek a tank who can play at AMC, and he is wanted by several clubs: Aylesbury Vale Dynamos, Westside, Ipling Athletic, Three Milestone and Steeple Morden. So the offer has been made. So hopefully he can come through the doors and get signed. So yeah, a little bit more why I decided to start this channel as well. It's still early days, so go back and watch the first video, which has got over 10 views. So it's got 13 views since it released on Monday, which was Monday 24th of February 2025. So that is amazing. Within about a week, we've literally got, within less than a week, we've literally got over 10 views, which is impressive. I wasn't even expecting that in about 2 to 3 days. So that was really impressive. But back to why I decided to start this channel. I really like football video games, and I had been doing Twitch, but then Twitch started adding a rule on the amount of highlights you can do. So I thought, right, I'm done with Twitch. Twitch is not allowing me to do the amount of highlights I want. So I thought, why not I move over to YouTube and start doing videos on YouTube. What a massive signing this is as well, is that we got the Albanian winger who was who was in the QPR Academy, and he has joined Royal Oak. So now we can see his stats. He's got good dribbling stats, good technique, good natural fitness, good pace. His acceleration could be worked on. His stamina could be worked on as well. But that's brilliant. So he can play on the wing, or he can play up front. So let's see where he can kind of fit in. So he can fit in. Can he play right mid? He's natural right mid or left mid, which is good. So he is a 4.5 star, 4.5 star potential, and he's a potential of a level 12 standard, which is $18 promotions away. Because if we get promoted to level 19 is 1 promotion, promotion to level 18 is 2, to level 17 is 3, 16 is 4, 15 is 5, 16, no, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. 8 promotions. 8 promotions. 8 promotions to get to level 12 at the level that he could potentially be a very good player for. So we've got 14 days until our next game, which will be the opening game of the season, and it'll be away to Great Yarmouth Town under 18s. So we're going to be announcing some of our signings to the media. So let's kick off with a question from Sean Henry from Sky Sports. How important will Armando Mema be in helping Royal Oak to be successful in the future? I said yes, Armando can help lead this club to glory. One player can sometimes prove the difference between winning and losing important matches. Do you see Mema as a player in that mould? If he can turn draws into wins, then that will do nice. Are you prepared to change your formation to make sure Melindo Mema gets to play his preferred role? Who knows what the future will bring? I'm not sure. I'm not saying anything definite right now. So thank you, Sky Sports, for your interview, and it'll be a pleasure to speak to you again. So we'll be always doing these press conferences we're probably able to get 2 to 4 games done an episode. But with the opening 2 episodes, with us doing a lot of simming in those first 2 episodes, we're probably going to do 2 games in today's episode. Which you can probably tell by the thumbnail what 2 games will be played. So hopefully with this episode we can get more and more views. But as I keep reminding you, make sure to go back and watch previous episodes so that you're not missing anything with this series. Unfortunately, we did not get Anton Hopper. He's decided to join Brownclea. Brownclea play in the Shropshire County League Division 1 and they are an amateur club. So he decided to join another fellow amateur club instead of Royal Oak. I guess he didn't want to play with the players that we have just signed. So we're almost there. We got 10 days until our next game, and then we can get the first 2 opening games underway. For now it will be the 2 opening game. Oh, we didn't get the 20-year-old midfielder Tarek Takan. He decided to join Westside, who are playing in the Combined County League Division 1, and they are a semi-professional club, so he is earning £20 per week. Which is a bit of a shame. God, it would have given us more players to make up a proper starting 11. So it's still looking like we're choosing from a lot of greyed out players. But hopefully on the opening day, our new signings can come good for us. And hopefully we can get that opening day win. So we're now able to begin training again. So we are doing match practice at the end of the second to last week before we kickstart our season. And then the other training we had, which I was just about to talk about, is that we got overall and tactical, and then we got in defensive shadow play and match practice, and then before the day of the game, we got match focus training. So before we play the first 2 games, I will show you guys the league table, and I would like you guys to comment down below where you think I will finish in the league. So we're at the So the competition is the Lowestoft and District League Division 3, and we got 10 teams in the division, and the top 2 teams can get promoted. So put down in the comments where you think I'll finish come the end of the season. And make sure guys that you got the notification bell on when you guys, if you guys subscribe, so that we know, so that you guys can be updated on when videos are posted, or when videos have been posted. And you can also get the notifications for our premiere, for when the video premieres. So as you can see on the screen, we've got our game coming up in 5 days time. So we'll be able to have more gameplay come episode 3. But because of all this simming at the early stage of the season, we're not able to fit in many games, because it's mainly focusing on getting the staff, getting some signings, and then we can actually start playing some matches. So as I don't want my videos to be too long, I want them to be roughly under 2 hours, we will get 2 games done in today's episode. Oh, so we've got some inboxes. Oh, we're making an offer for a 33-year-old goalkeeper who is currently at Guildford City, and Guildford City are a semi-professional club. And is this particular player earning any money? He's on £0 a week. He's an Australian goalkeeper who has not played for the Australian national team, but he's also played for, he's been in the Everton Academy, but he started out in Australia, and then he moved from Everton to Welling. Then he's played for Tooting and Mitcham. He's played for Hemel Hempstead. He's played for Biggleswade Town, Carsholt. He's played for Chalfont at St Peters. Then went back to Welling. Played for Ashford United. He's played for Birkenham, and then played for Guildford City. So we made an offer for him. Hopefully he can come and join us, and hopefully we can get a goalkeeper. But will he make his decision in time and decide to join before the Great Yarmouth Town Under-18s game? So I try and discard all the players that we tried to sign that have gone on to sign for other clubs, and if we still get a scouting report for them, we will discard it so that we don't see scouting reports of that player again. Because I'm not going to do the thing like, if my target, say for example, I see a scout report and I think, oh, that player could be good for our team, I will send him off as a target for the director of football to try and sign. If that fails, then I guess we go with whatever option the director of football has gone out and found. So, our monthly finances. So we need to go to the finances, and we got a overall balance, but it's in the red of £1,462 in the red. So I don't think that's great, if I'm being honest. So profit/losses for tax purposes. Due to the tax, it is at £880. Was at £960, but I think it's been taxed, so it's on £880 for profits/losses. So I really don't know if we actually made profit or we've made losses. So we got our game coming up. Actually, I think we'll make a video. Probably we'll try and make videos at least an hour and a half from now on. So it's always nice to start. So we're speaking to 23. Okay. It's always nice to start off with a win to get points on the board and build up some momentum. Are you confident you can get off to a good start? Been working hard, and if the players can carry that focus and determination to the match, we should do well. Do you agree that Royal Oak will live or die by Daniel Braithwaite's performance this season? I'm not interested in discussing individual, this is a team game. Looking at the Royal Oak squad, many are suggesting that you need to strengthen in key positions. Do you agree that spending is necessary? I think a few new players would help, yes. You must look forward to getting the season underway almost as much as the supporters are. It is great to finally get underway. I have been looking forward to this moment. Do you feel that your team is due to be prepared to get underway? I'm just looking for a solid performance from the team today. The bookies tip you to win the league this season. How do you rate your chances of lifting the trophy come the end of the season? I don't really want to discuss those chances at this time. Many managers and pundits claim that the difference between success and failure often comes down to which team stays most injury-free. Do you agree with this statement? I certainly think that's the case. Even deepest squads can be affected by injury crisis. Do you have a clear mind of your preferred first 11 for the season? Opening day is a complete unknown, and I just want a good performance. Braithwaite is available for the match against Great Yarmouth Town under-18s. Will you be throwing your new arrival straight into your side? Yes, I know it's early days, but I think you'll be ready. Stick your neck out on who's going to win the okie dokie. Who I think is going to win, I'm going to have no comment, because I'm not going to say who's going to win at this early stage, because I don't want to particularly praise my team too much this so early, in case that it gets to their head. And plus, I don't want to start praising other teams and start hyping them up in case it makes them do well and actually go on to win the title. So I'd rather not comment on that situation, and I'd rather focus on our task at hand, which is Great Yarmouth Town under-18s. So, the first game of the season is on Friday the 1st of September, and that's Hawthorn United Reserves versus United. So, who's going to come out on top? I'm going to predict Hawthorn United Reserves are going to win this game. and they will beat United. Not going to predict a score, just going to predict who wins. And the winner was Hawthorn, and that's the latest score. Hawthorn's won, also United reserves won 2-1. They were winning when we last checked the score, 1-0, and it ended 2-1. Didn't quite realise that the game kicked off at 8 PM. So, yeah, 8 PM. So an hour and a half is the length of the video that we're going to be aiming for. To anywhere between an hour and a half is what we will be aiming for with our videos, especially for the Football Manager video. So, board expectation is a draw, and supporters' expectation for this game is a draw, and the voice of the supporters compiled by John Smith, supporters spokesperson, hoping to see Daniel Braithwaite make his debut, hoping to see James Matthew make his debut, and hoping to see Mema make his debut, which they will be making their debuts. So let's have a look at our goalkeepers. So 6'2" for this goalkeeper, and AD is 6'1", so we're going to go with the 6'2" goalkeeper, and then AD can go on the bench. This guy can play right back, so he will be our right back. Trying to look for a centre back who could potentially play left back. Which I don't think we have. So I might have to play Braithwaite as a left back. And then for centre back, we will play this guy at left centre back, and then this guy can play right midfielder. Naturally, he can't play right midfielder. Actually, move from this position. It will be this guy to play right, and then left hand side we'll go with Phil. We'll play the left hand side. So we're just filling out the rest of our bench. So we're almost at kickoff, and we got 2 games that's being played. And that is AFC United versus Oldington United, and then Great Yarmouth Town under 18s at home against Royal Oak. So we're going to go to the squad. Actually, we're going to go to the tactics. And we're going to sort out the role. So we're going to go with attack it. And then Daniel Braithwaite. We're going to go with no nonsense fullback on defend. And James Matthew. We're going to go with central defender on stopper. And then that's about it with the roles. Team selection. And let's get this first game up and running. I'm really, really excited for this. So Helen has said, even I'm struggling to pick a hole in this team. Look forward to this. And then someone else, Roscoe Lloyd, said, Matthew, about to show everybody why he's so good. So, let's go into the dressing room. We're going to talk to the lads. So, we're going to go with pump fist. No, actually, we're going to go hands on hips. So, all the best out there today. Have fun. That's what I'm going to say. Defense, hands on hips. I trust you to make the difference. Make me proud. Hands on hips for midfield. I have faith in you. Go and make a difference. Hands on hips. I trust you to make a difference and make me proud. Just going to slow everything down a bit. So we're in the blue and Snowden is pushing forward. What can Snowden do here? Snowden gets fouled. And it is a free kick to Royal Oaks. Only 35 seconds in. And Mema, the new signing, whips the ball in. And Derry John Roydherd has put Royal Oak 1-0 up with less than a minute on the board. And Royal Oak 1, Great Yarmouth Town under-18s 0. And what a start for Royal Oak. So Snowden plays the ball over, but it's gone all the way to Braithwaite. To Coleman. What can Coleman do here? Loses out on the ball. Lentel to Coleman. Coleman through to Knightley. Knightley with the shot, but it's been saved and out for a Royal Oak throw-in. So we'll be doing commentary. It almost looks like we're playing against Hull City with that kit, but we're not. I might just have to call them like the Amateur Hull City, just like a nickname because of their kit. Can we get this cleared? Don't know what the goalkeeper was like doing, thinking that, oh, the ball's coming towards me, I'm still going to try and make a save even though it went over or wide and nowhere near him. But I think he was just making an impression of a save. Just for show. So Mema. What can Mema do here? Mema's running down the line. Can Mema put the ball in? This is lovely from Mema. Mema puts the ball in. But unfortunately it didn't reach the head of any of the Royal Oak player. And Lentel come away with the ball here. Lentel over to Coleman. Coleman to Breathwaite. Breathwaite. Over to Snowden. Snowden. And Snowden's shot goes wide. Very unlucky. So I'm going to praise the lads. So we got a free kick and Breathwaite's going to take it. Breathwaite. Oh, what a rebound from Carly Hayam. Hayam with the shot. Rebounded back to him. And with the second time of asking, Hayam was able to finish and put Royal Oak 2-0 up. What a start for Royal Oak as we get the away stats up. So according to the attendance, we got 24 in attendance, but we'll be looking at attendance more so towards the end of the month. Brilliant save. Are we able to keep this ball in? No, we're not, and it's out for a Great Yarmouth under-18s throw. So what a start it has been for Royal Oak. We've had 5 shots, 3 on target, compared to the 4 shots that Great Yarmouth have had, and their 2 on target. And Matthew has just pushed over a Great Yarmouth Town under-18s player and has given them a penalty. Will they score? Come on, keeper! And he scored. They've got a goal back. Great. The new signing gave away a penalty, which has led to a Great Yarmouth under-18s goal. Hopefully we don't see too many penalties being given, and hopefully not too many fouls inside the box. But it's a shame that we've given one away in the first half. So we're coming up to half time. I'm going to encourage the lads to try and get themselves a 3rd goal. Hopefully we can do it. We are playing in wet conditions and it is 10 degrees. But the weather more so could probably affect more than the temperature at the moment. Brilliant Matthews redeeming himself there. Oh, it's a brilliant ball to Knightley, who is a greyed out player, I may add there. Knightley. What can Knightley do here? Knightley goes for goal. In off the post. Knightley gets the 3rd goal. The encouragement really helped there. Even if they didn't give the reaction I wanted as soon as I did that shout. But brilliant. We are 3-1 up going into half time. What a performance from the lads. So we're going to go pump fist. Things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better. Going to go with pump fist again. You weren't that bad, but I still believe you can improve. Pump fist. Pretty much the same thing's going to be said. And pump fist. You weren't that bad, but I have faith in you. So we go into the second half. So we will just have the opening day fixture due to us not being able to fit the games in time, but the next episode we will be focusing on gameplay. And once we get the news of signings, we will talk about signings if and when they come. But it'll be straight into gameplay and be getting as many games done as we can. So Braithwaite with lovely defending there as he kicks the ball out for a throw in. So we're even on the stats, but we are the better team in terms of our finishing. It's a good thing that Great Yarmouth Town under 18s missed their free kick there. Can we get the ball back and go on and attack ourselves? Brilliant defending and lovely defending as it goes out for a corner. So back to what I said earlier, was going to be 2 games that was going to be played, but it's going to be one game, which their badge will be featuring on. The badge does feature on the thumbnail, so I will be featuring badges of teams that we will be playing. So I will talk about the teams that we will play, but they will feature on the badge. So if a certain team doesn't feature on the badge, then they will not. Their badge doesn't feature on the thumbnail, then we will not be playing them in that episode. So we're going to make some subs. So the subs that we're going to be making is a midfield sub, and then we're going to be making some defensive subs. So the midfield sub that we're going to be making is Saxon, Kinsella, and then we're going to be bringing off James Matthew as he's not been playing brilliantly. So we're going to praise the lads as they are 3-2 up. So we are still winning. Hopefully we can defend here, which we do. Hayball with great defending there. Brilliant, he missed. His lovely work. So Braithwaite gives it out to Knightley. Braithwaite to Lentel. Over to Braithwaite. This is brilliant. Coleman. Coleman's on the ball here. What can Coleman do here? Coleman looks to whip in the ball. Over to Knightley. And a brilliant save for Great Yarmouth Town under 18 keeper. That was a fantastic save to deny us going 4-2 up. And Mema with the corner, the Albanian. What can he do? Whips in the ball. But the ball has gone as far as Knightley. Knightley to Mema. Mema. What can Mema do here? Mema's twisting and turning. And Mema loses out on the ball but gets the throw in. So Mema. Over to Coleman, to Knightley. Hey, Mema. Oh, Mema with the heavy touch as it goes out for a great Yarmouth Town under-18s goal kick. So we're going to be making our final substitution. And I feel that it's time for Mema to come off. Give a round of applause to Mema. I felt like he did alright today. So that leaves with only one signing left on the pitch. He was brought in ahead of the opening game. Braithwaite with a lovely ball in, but it's been cleared only as far as Coleman. Coleman over to Braithwaite. What can Braithwaite do here? Braithwaite plays over to Hayam. Hayam with the shot, but it's over the bar. Can we hold out as we come up to the last 10 minutes of the game? So we're going to tell the lads to stay focus. So we've got less than 10 minutes to play. Will we hold out for the win? Which it looks like we could do. We potentially could hold out for the win here. But we are going to have to defend. With the closing stages, will we defend? Or will we let in another goal? Ball's been whipped into the box. And it is free. We just conceded a late goal here. But there still could be time for a twist in the tail. Can we get ourselves a fourth goal? As we're going to demand more. Can we get one final attack? Braithwaite. Can we make this count? Braithwaite puts the ball in. And it's an indirect free kick as one of our players handballed it. Is he going to wait for the referee's whistle? Or is he going to take this goal kick? And the full-time whistle. And we draw 3-3. So we're going to go to the dressing room, talk to the dressing room. Just tell them they were unlucky. Going to go with their defence. Say they were unlucky as well. Just basically telling everyone they were unlucky. So, as this was the first game, we're going to read out the reaction from the fans. The result is the only thing that matters. People watch football for the entertainment. Should take up a new hobby. Generally don't think there's anything more frustrating than conceding a last minute equaliser. Big job to pick them up after that late equaliser. Very proud of James Matthew following his debut. We'll be very keen to see more of Royal Oak James Matthew after he made his debut and looked good in it. Don't see why people are excited by that performance. James Matthew is going to be great, people are saying.
And put the notification bell on so that you guys know when the next video is.
Sim just going to quickly do this press conference. All square in your first competitive match. Was that a missed opportunity? I think we just edged it out there. A draw was a fair result on the day. Having held what seems to be a comfortable lead, you must be disappointed to come away with only a draw. That's football for you, it hurts, but being on the wrong end of the result, but a game like that, what makes this sport great. That game may go down as one of the competition's best. What do you make of it? It was a match of extremely high quality and showed in the goals scored. How do you think Mema debut Mema had a solid game, and I'm sure he'll build on that. There are rumours that he's still in the market for another player. Do you think you'll bring in new faces? We would very much like to add another player to the squad. You've been linked with... Okay, I'm not going to talk further on that. Daniel Braithwaite become Royal Oak's oldest player. Do you have any words of recognition? I'm pleased for him. It's always nice to leave your mark, and he's certainly done that here. Mema has played right mid last time out. Is that something we can see more often? Yeah. Okie dokes. Let's quickly talk about the next games that we're going to be playing. So in the next episode, we will be playing Ollington Reserves, AFC United, Hawthorn United Reserves, and then potentially we will play Pakefield Dynamos. So, that is all we had time for today, and this has been Drewster Gamer FC, and I will catch you guys next time, next week, and peace. This is the time where I'd like to say like, subscribe, and share, and put the notification bell on so that you guys know when the next video is.